Hello, everyone. We are today at the pre-conference day of the Sharjah International Summit on Improvement in Education. And we just finished our first batch of pre-conference classes and master classes. We are here with Mr. Ashwin from LEK, and we wanted to talk to him a little bit about what the ecosystem looks like in Sharjah with respect to investment and how the session went in the class. Ashwin, hello.
Great to be here. Thank you for...
Ashwin, if you can tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're representing today.
Yeah, hi, my name is Ashwin Assomull. I lead LEK's global education practice. We help investors and operators move into new markets across the world in education, and that's across early years, schools, and higher education. And delighted to be here showcasing all the opportunities that exist in Sharjah for private education investors.
I like the idea of presenting this, at least in the session, as an ecosystem, and an ecosystem constituted by multiple components, educators, schools, policymakers, researchers. Investment is a big component. How do you see Sharjah as an opportunity for investment in the space of education?
Yeah, we just had a fascinating workshop where we just brought SPEAR, the regulator, with operators and investors to share perspectives. And I think one of the things that clearly came out is there's a commitment to building a very high quality landscape for parents, teachers, and students in Sharjah. And private investment is going to be a very important component of that. And I think what's very clear is that the demand for private education, especially in schools, it's been growing for the last 4 or 5 years. Actually, we've seen growth of 5% in terms of 4 to 5% of enrollment growth over the last 5 years, and we expect that to continue, which means we need more schools, we need more operators, we need more choice, and the regulator and the other authorities have to work very closely with the operators and investors to make sure that they bring in the best of the best globally to serve the needs of the population.
Fantastic. One of the things, part of the equation when it comes to investment is how you equalize or marry the ROI of an investor with the mission in education. How, from your perspective, how do you see the return on the mission, the ROM, and how would you couple it with an ROI worth the investment for investors? And that equation, I think that's the line to walk.
Yeah, and it appears always as a bit of a tension, but essentially our view is if the regulators and the authorities can work with the private education operator investor in partnership and focus on what's really important. If you deliver great academic outcomes as a private operator, it will just follow that you will attract more students, and which will give you the ROI. So it's just market forces that will play and ensure naturally that if you're delivering great outcomes, doing good work, bringing in good teachers, and giving parents what they need and want, you will get your ROI. And then Sharjah as an emirate will deliver on its mission of making sure that there's high quality education for all of its inhabitants.
Fantastic. One of the things that Sharjah prides itself on is being the emirate that specializes, or it prides itself on education, learning, and culture. Where do you see the opportunities that Sharjah presents that are unique in Sharjah? You know also about Sharjah, it's the only emirate that has a 4-day week work or education work. Can you, from where you sit in this ecosystem, see where the potential of opportunity exists for Sharjah specifically?
So I think for Sharjah, what we're seeing is just growth in the population, both locally and more expats coming in. The economy is growing. As the economy grows, you get more people to come in. And they do want better quality education. So it doesn't have to be specific. There's nothing, there's no one driver, and there's no one specific education that is required. It's what's required is what we see in most markets, which is a choice across curricula, choice across price points. And Sharjah is an easy place to move into. There's great real estate for teachers, operators to come into. And it's an easy place to live. And it's a relatively low-cost emirate compared to many of the other emirates. And it's, as a result, it's quite attractive. And that's why we believe that any investor or operator looking to build something of high quality has a good home in Sharjah because there's a focus on education, but also the ecosystem supports it.
Okay. Well, Ashwin, I want to thank you. I think this is not the beginning, but the conversation will definitely continue. And thank you for being with us on Edu-Talk today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.